welcome to the High Elo Podcast. In this video, there are 3 Challenger players, 2 Grandmaster players, 1 Master player, and GamerDad. GamerDad is your low Elo representation. He's kind of the guy in the call who asks the questions lower Elo players would want to hear. Challenger player number 1, Quanti, NA Challenger. Challenger player number 2, Camon, he is European. Challenger player number 3 is Surta Rising. The 2 Grandmasters is myself, Urpog, and Salonman, also both European. Goliath Games is our master player. He is North American, and GamerDad is American. So in this podcast, you're going to hear us all talking about ideas, concepts into champions, what room pages are best into these champions, etc., etc. The first 30 minutes of the video is about items, and the second half is more about champions. So it'll be time-stamped. I'll go through the entire VOD and time-stamp stuff for you. So if you like this video, please go to the comments and drop a pog. I need to know what you like, so if you like it, drop a like, drop a comment, share it with your friends, put it on the background and loop it maybe. So how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna read out an item, and then we're all going to move an item into the tier we believe it's in. So on screen you can see everybody's perspective. On the left, you have GamerDad, or vice versa. The names are there. Yeah. If we have a disagreement on an item, then we'll let the people who have the disagreement talk. So, since there's 7 voices, obviously it's very loud. If they disagree, let the people who disagree talk. So, if everyone else is S, and someone is like B tier, we'll let the person who wants to discuss why it's good or bad talk. So, start it off, we'll talk with Frozen Heart.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the best, the most polite way to manage this situation, or we can do the most correct possibility that it's who talk louder is right.
Yeah, the loudest monkey wins.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw Calvin put it in C tier, so I've got the boxing gloves on already.
Like Among Us.
Yeah,
what do you mean boxing gloves? This item is shit.
Frozen Heart is so good.
Oh my god!
No,
First item, guys! First item! Come on!
How is it shit?
Alright.
Okay, so my point about Frozen Heart, it's an A, because it's very cheap and very good stats, but when it's the correct game. So you cannot do it every single game. So for this reason, I won't place it in Z or S.
I think it's broken against anyone at auto attacks. Like, if you're against ranged top laner and they have an ADC, Frozen Heart, like second item slam, makes you immortal. So you do BC Frozen Heart, Jack Show, immortal.
You will do it in any situation.
I think you can slam Frozen Heart as a core item.
Okay, I wouldn't say core, but when it's good, it's good.
You wouldn't say core?
Yeah,
I can agree to S. S I can agree with, but I wouldn't go any
you
lower
can't
than
put
S.
an item S tier and not say it's core.
S,
And
no,
say it's core. It's like
Z tier
that's
is
not how
core.
it works.
Like
Z tier is
when you
core.
would build it, it's really good. When you build it, it's like really
Yeah,
good. I mean,
when-
obviously, there's not going to be a situation to build it every game.
Yeah, when
But
Frozen...
situational can only be max like A tier or B tier.
But no, if it's situationally
Really?
good...
I don't think so.
If situationally is going to win you the game through itemizing, I think it's S. Easy.
Okay, so the reason I put it C is because I think randomness is just outvaluing this item.
I think
At the
randomness is
moment.
bad. Go ahead. So after the first heated item debate, let's go Strikebreaker. Where are we sitting on Strikebreaker?
But before to continue with the items, I will say that we maybe need to define what is Z tier, S tier, or A tier. I mean, I think Z tier is, for example, the normal boots. It's one thing that you will build every single game because it's more than core.
You think
You know
Z
what I
tier
mean?
is in every single item build? Every single game you would build this. I mean, that would just be Black Cleaver
Yeah.
and like... Yeah, okay, I can
Yeah.
get to that. If you would build this item every single game as Z tier. S tier is very good items. A tier is like situationally good. B tier is average. C tier is like off meta but can work. And D tier is like grouping. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone agree? Same page?
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
So Strikebreaker.
Yeah.
Where we put in Stride? I put in B.
Strikebreaker.
Yeah.
I put it A actually.
That's C. Easy C.
No one's list is the same.
I think I would go B. I haven't really built the item too much this season, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just think Strikebreaker is underwhelming. Like, the attack speed is what they buffed it on it when they buffed it, because it was underperforming. I liked it when it had damage
C.
on the active.
Yeah, I don't like how the active doesn't do damage.
Yeah,
It's a C for me.
yeah, I got it in B. I think, like, it's better than, like, off-meta. Like, Stride is not off-meta to me.
Don't think I'll ever build it.
I mean, if you hit multiple people in a team fight, I don't know. It's definitely not off-meta, though. Like, Strikebreaker is competitively viable, IMO, if you want to experiment with it, but I don't see any real reason to buy it.
Or do you guys think it'll be better when they change it?
No, it's gonna be way worse.
No,
It's
it's
way
gonna be
worse. Yeah. When
Oh, really?
when they make it a tier mat item, I think the item's dead. But
It's too expensive.
yeah, for 3,300,
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
there's no way that item is good.
Yeah, you could have a Strikebreaker, you could have a Jack Show. It's like no contest.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Stride is, like, completely dead, I feel.
Yeah, so my reasoning for like at least the current iteration of Stride and why it kind of sucks is just that it doesn't really do anything that you don't already need to do. Like if you want movement speed, I'd rather just go Yomu's and have a stronger spike on lethality on Dirk and cheaper completion as well of the item. So you don't really need it for movement speed because Yomu's is just better. And if you want to go tank, you don't really need it. You can just go straight tank. You'd rather have Black Cleaver for the damage. It just doesn't really do anything in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's like it plays on your identity more. but,
Okay,
Like,
you got me. I play some C.
I
I agree. I agree with that.
Okay, Sterax. This will be fun. I don't think it's a core item anymore. I think Sterax fell off, even though they buffed it, which is weird.
Nah, you're capping.
Se-
A tier for me.
Nah.
8 year.
Sterix is Z. Oh, Sterix is Z.
Sterix.
I'm going Z tier, man.
Sterix can fit on any item build, but I haven't been building it like in like my past 20. I haven't built Sterix. But you
I
like
mean, Sterix is.
you go ahead.
Go ahead.
There you go. Ahead.
Oh, so I was gonna say Sterix is not as good as it was last season, but it's still really good. Like you don't build it as early as you do last season, but you still like always build it, in my opinion.
I see
Eventually.
it as like when you already have resistances and you need anti-burst and AD. Like Sterix is a carry item on a tank build. IMO.
I always build it third or fourth, usually fourth.
Yeah, that's when you're supposed to build it, and it's like pretty good then. But I don't feel like it's Z tier. Like, I think everyone in the call would already agree Black Cleaver is Z tier. Like, you win the game when you build Black Cleaver, but
You guys use Black Cleaver?
you don't.
Here that's the master troll.
I go right for Frostfire Gauntlet.
See, I wouldn't put Cleaver in Z.
You would have
People
put
ask me
Cleaver.
about
in
every
Z-
time, and Black.
No,
Black
I wouldn't.
Cleaver,
Okay,
Black Cleaver solves all problems.
true. Okay, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
now, Salad Man, A tier. What do you think about Sterix?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think you can build it any game that you want, but not necessarily. So I think it's very good for the how is the anti-CC,
The tenacity.
the tenacity.
Yeah.
So I think if you need it, it's pretty good, but it's not that item that you want always 100%.
I think you do. I think Sterix fits in anything. Like, Sterix fixes problems. I'm confident in S, but personally. I can't put it Z. It used to be Z to me, but I don't know. I know Goliath still likes it in Quantum.
It used to be A for me.
I still love
used to be S
Sterix.
for me.
Yeah.
Now it's A.
I feel like eventually you want to get it.
I-
Like at some point in the build.
Not anymore.
I can see, like, both perspectives. Like, I can see skipping it and treating it as a core. So I can see both. Okay, this will be an easy one. Heartsteel.
It's not even an option.
Okay, we can change the Heartsteel for Titanic Hydra if you want, because it's not in the items.
What do you mean?
Is Titanic none of the items?
Still D tier.
Titanic is not in there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Whoops.
So we can make that Heartsteel it's Titanic Hydra if you want.
Yeah, we can treat Titanic Icon as, like, Titanic. I'll clarify that in the VODs. We'll treat the
Doesn't
Heartsteel...
change for me.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but you're putting Titanic
Well, I
in
guess
D
it
tier?
can stay there then.
You're both putting Titanic in D, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll put it in C. I'll put it in
Got
C.
nerfed,
It's
I
pretty
don't know.
bad. It's pretty bad.
I don't think it's D tier bad.
Okay, C tier.
It's C tier bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I can see C, but D is like insulting the item by more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's in D.
Yeah. For me, I will place it on D.
Why
but-
do you guys not like it so much anymore?
Yeah, go ahead. Explain, Cameron.
So, first of all, the price is ridiculous. I think it's 3.3k, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
for
it's
it,
expensive. Yeah.
you gain like what 35 AD,
No,
I think,
50.
or 30,
50.
and 50. Oh yeah, right. They changed it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
you're right. But there's no more passive AD, so it kind of evens out. The passives are basically completely useless because you already have the Wraith Clear with passive, and the damage of the passive is also very ridiculously low.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's like
there's no reason for me
13, like, or something like to that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You can't build this item.
I will say, I think if they actually fix the auto attack reset to work with Urgot, because it doesn't work with Urgot very well because of Urgot's long wind-up auto attack. Because ideally you want to do auto Titanic auto, but it ends up taking like 2 seconds, so you've already missed a rotation of W, and that's why I feel Titanic's bad. Like obviously too expensive and the stats are bad, but it doesn't feel fluid. It feels like I'm interrupting my combos to use Titanic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also...
This will be a fun one. Dead Man's Plate.
Oh,
That's a spicy one.
That's a spicy one.
I think it's a B for me.
What?
What did
I
come
feel
up
like
with
this
that?
item is pretty good.
Hey, okay.
I put it in S.
why will
Yeah.
you place it on B?
Me?
Or anyone who
Counter.
put on B.
Yeah, or
I haven't actually built it a lot, but
It's usually my.
because it's like I play in Lobster Low and I have to go full lethality every game, but maybe in higher elo it might be better.
It has a really good build path, and it like synergizes with like everything you want. Because the way I use like Deadman's and like I've been starting Deadman's in some lobbies. It's completely
Actually, it might
great.
be A,
It like
because I don't play in high elo, so I don't really have a...
it's like I don't know. It just gives you movement speed. It's like out of combat like Yomu's MS, right?
Yeah,
But it also you can use it.
with Yomos.
Yeah. You get the 8% movement speed or 10% bonus movement speed from its passives. I feel like if you are like stacking movement speed items, Deadman's it stacks with Force of Nature, it stacks with Eclipse. It ends up giving you about like 490 to 500 movement speed out of combat. And then even in trading patterns, it stacks every 2.5 seconds. So if you auto attack somebody, then disengage the combat, you can deal 180 damage every 2.5 seconds. So like if you're against a tank and you want to whittle them down, it would just do that much damage to them. So that's my argument.
I think
Okay.
the problem on the last seasons was on Urgot was about making him melee will be some fucking crazy shit or giving him a bit more move speed. And nowadays with Deadman's Plate, Fleet, and Yomus, it solves the problem. So the synergy that gives you Deadman's Plate with these two other things with Yomus and Fleet, it gives Urgot OP spot for so many situations. So I will think that Deadman's Plate is a strong item that you can build most of the games.
Yeah, I completely agree. Goliath,
When?
you have it in A.
When?
Oh, go ahead.
Not against Malphite, Urpog, but
When do you guys build it then?
I usually build it on second item slots against
Okay.
full AD
Mhm.
enemy team comp.
Because I'm usually like using it to replace my boots near the end of my 50-minute bronze game.
You can build it even before then. It can be Black Cleaver into Jack Show Deadman's. I think that's like very good against like an
I like
OAD.
that.
Yeah, it just gives you, it gets you around the map. I consider Deadman's like tank Yomus. So if you see an opportunity where like Yomus would be good, but you're doing a tank build already, then you can just slam Deadman's.
Okay.
Okay. Iceborne Gauntlet, that'll be an easy one. The
That thing is D.
yeah, that thing's D.
Hey,
That thing
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
What is it we're doing?
Iceborne Gauntlet. I know you liked it earlier, but
Oh, I did like it at one time. I never use it now. So
For some reason, it doesn't update yours specifically, but I'll just end and rewatch it.
Okay.
Iceborne F. Okay, everyone agreed. This is the
This
first
item
item.
sucks.
This is the
item
first
sucks.
item everybody agreed on. Let's go Hullbreaker. I think CB.
Fix Soulbreaker.
Fix Hullbreaker.
But it's too bugged.
Yeah.
Flux is in the stream. Fix it.
Fix Hullbreaker,
Okay.
Flux.
If Hullbreaker will be not bug, where do you think it will be?
Z. If Hullbreaker gets fixed, it's easy Z tier.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
I think
to
it's
play.
Z, yeah. I think it would be Z if it was fixed.
What are you thinking, Goliath?
Yeah, I think so too.
But don't you think that maybe it's better for Urgot to don't fix the item because it will come with a nerf?
A range penalty?
No. I mean, it already has a range penalty on the give magic resistance and resistances to like allied minions nearby. But if they fix Hullbreaker, it's crazy. But until then, C tier.
Yeah, I mean, it's confirmed to be a bug. I asked the writer as well on his stream.
What's the bug?
It doesn't stack on W.
Yeah, happens
Oh,
the
really?
same for Renekton on W, that you cannot stack the item passive for the 5 attacker.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Hullbreaker got changed to be a 5 on hit passive, but it doesn't work on a lot of champions. So until then, C tier. But if they fix it, I think everyone agrees. Core, C tier.
I think this deadline is honestly not that bad. If they fix the passive, this item is probably the best item on Urgot in existence.
It would make lethality build so good, like Yomu's into
Oh.
Hullbreaker or something, or like Opportunity into Hullbreaker.
Euphoria, man.
Yeah.
I might actually play the game. Not gonna lie.
Because right now lethality builds are just a little too squishy unless you go Edge of Night. Edge of Night doesn't feel great sometimes depending on the enemy comp.
True.
But you need to go like lethality into like lethality with HP. Because if you just go lethality into lethality, you're just way too squishy, even if you're fed. So if you can go lethality into Hullbreaker, it feels so nice.
All right, easy one. Jack Show.
No, that is not an easy one.
Yes, it is.
That's a pretty easy one.
You put it in
That's
B.
a pretty easy one.
No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no
keep it in
way.
A. Keep it in A.
No
Okay.
way, it's D.
I love Jacksha, man.
I love
Game's
that
so
thing so
good.
much. It's just like suddenly nobody can hurt me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
I think
good.
Jack Show's goated.
So just do you build this item every game?
Yes.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
core for tank. It's a core for tank.
If you're going lethality, you go at last item.
I really don't understand what you have with this item. It feels
Feels like it's just like
So
the fact that
weak.
you can go at every single game now pretty much. That's why it's so OP.
It gives you plus 60 on top of its already stats. At like it's just, and it amplifies all your resistances by 30%.
no,
Wow.
it's only
Yeah, you-
bonus resistances. So if you build a second and you have cleaver, it's basically only amplifying the resistances from Jackshaw.
And boots.
Yeah,
But
no,
I-
they're
I
yeah.
had somebody do the math for me. It's more effective HP than Sterix. Black Cleaver Sterix is a lot less effective HP than Black Cleaver Jack Show, especially if you have conditioning. Like conditioning, like tabbies or mercs, you have so much resistance. Like
Yeah.
it's bonus, but it already gives you so many flat bonus at the start. Like it's plus 50, so it's already a pretty big chunk.
Yeah, maybe the point of view that you have, Camon, it's different because what we see on this item is that you don't want it every game, but you can build it every game. You know what I mean?
Your
mean-
playstyle doesn't want you to build it every game, but if you adapted to it, it takes like 20 games to get used to it. Because when I started doing the tank build, I was lost. I didn't know like trade patterns or like what my purpose was. But like after you spend like 10 games, 15 games, like learning curve into tank build, it just gives you like LP printer.
Yeah, tank build's broken in the right conditions.
Okay.
Real.
So how do you play in team fights then?
You stand in there and
Yeah, you're just a front line.
you just stand
You
there.
do way more than any tank does as Urgot. You're tankier and you do way more damage and you have way more CC than like literally any tank in the game. It's actually kind of broken.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
You're like a high DPS tank, is what you are.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
I always play tank. I played lethal a couple of times. I like being able to delete people, but then it doesn't match the way I throw myself, like as I'm used to frontlining, right? Especially in low elo. And so when you guys are building Jack Show, you're building like second. You said you could build Deadman
Yeah.
second.
Black
Goliath,
Blade-
when are you building that?
I usually build it second or third, yeah.
Okay, like before a Hydra or before anything else, right? You guys don't like the Hydras.
No, we don't like that.
Yeah. So tank items are just always situational. Like the reason why Jack is good because it gives you both resist. So if they have equal fed magic and physical damage, it's just a strong second item. If they have like 3 AD and they're fed, or they have a lot of AP and the AP is fed, then obviously you can go like other items second. You don't have to go into Jack. But Jack is just good because it gives you all around for both resistances.
Well, yeah, the reason I'm asking because I like some of the stuff I'm building, but I'm not sure I got the right order. You know what I mean? So because I'm noticing like a bell curve on because I was building Hydra second, and then when I build Jack Show, everything gets better. You know what I mean? So
I
think Hydra second is not great.
If you're ahead, I think it's okay. Like you can do Black Cleaver, Profane, Hydra as like a carry build, but then after,
Right.
I think you could do Black Cleaver, Jack Show, then Profane, and it would be more consistent. Because then you're like a actual like raid boss with high DPS.
sorry, say that again. Black Cleaver, Jack Show, then what?
Profane Hydra, the lethality Hydra.
Yeah, I like the Profane Hydra. It does solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, but I think you only do it on second item if you have a really big lead.
Right. Okay.
Okay, Edge of Night. This will be fun. I think Edge of Night is actually very good.
My first ZT item.
If you play lethal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if you're going lethality, Edge of Night is so good. I actually agree, Z2. I think Edge of Night is absolutely slept on.
Yeah, if you go lethality, it has to be your second lethality item for sure, because it's like the only way you get some tankiness out of lethality items, right?
Yeah.
If you go Yomus into opportunity, you're a one shot. But Edge of Night not only gives you health on the base stats, but also gives you the shield, right?
Yeah.
It's broken.
Like it makes you win any 1v1 by default because they can't CC you. It's like Vayne top, Edge of Night. They can't get condemned. You just walk in a straight line and win.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't put it in Z is because sometimes it's just like the enemy comp is like pretty bad for it. Like they have like Ezreal, like Xerath, Karma, that kind of stuff. It's like so easy for them to take it, and the cooldown is like really, really long if they take it.
That's fair.
So it's that's the only reason I don't put it in Z, because sometimes it's just way too easy to take for the enemy team, and it's just like useless just for the HP.
There's no really big disagreements on this, is there? I think GamerDad, you have it in A tier. We have.
Well, like I said, I only played lethal a few times, and so just to clarify, my pocket pick is York, and I always run him lethal. So I ran a couple of.
Oh shit!
What happened?
What was that?
Wasn't me.
I dropped my cam. Give me a second.
Okay.
Bro.
Somebody
But you
clip
died.
And then, so I only ran So what I did was I just ran the York lethal runes, and then and Urgot deletes people, right?
Yes.
Well, I like that, but like in bronze, my games always go late, and so I gotta be like, I gotta last forever. That's my problem, right?
I feel like if you want to climb the fastest, you should probably do lethality because it gives you the most solo agency. And tank build leans harder on it leans harder on your teammates, and obviously in bronze you don't have teammates. So I think if you want the carry, you should go lethality.
Yeah, but in bronze, I'm 1v3ing people all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. Yep.
Yeah, but
I will disagree with Urpog because I think the most consistent build on low elo it's Black Cleaver into Sterax into Jackshaw, for example, because you have a really decent amount of damage with the strange, so you can face a long fight with multiple enemies.
Right.
Without being, I mean, it doesn't punish so much your mistakes that you are gonna make for being low elo. So the build is gonna cover you so many times, and maybe you can take a reference when the Jacksaw, the Sterax spawns or activates. It's a signal to go back.
Okay, that opens the question. Goliath, if you were climbing in low elo, would you rather do tank or lethality?
Me personally, I'd probably do tank, but I think lethality is better.
Come on.
Lethality, of course.
you know what?
Yeah, but it's different. It's
Why are you
different. What
asking
would you recommend? It's different. What would you recommend? Low elo Urgot than what will you play on Urgot?
Yeah,
I will go
okay.
100% lethality for storm lanes and just moving around the map, destroying people. But because I will be concerned how good is my spot right now.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
how much I can force.
It all comes down to like preference and like situations.
So imagine you have to recommend the most decent build for someone who are not gonna have in mind his runes, the abilities of the enemies or something like this. I don't know how to say it. All the statements.
I mean, okay, if I were to smurf in low elo, I would probably still play lethality because I'm way better than the enemies, right? But I think if I'm on the level of the enemies and we're all low, I think the best build is tankiness. Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah,
It's
I
for
agree
sure
with that.
tank.
Yeah.
Low elo, yeah. If you're at your elo, it's for sure tank because playing lethality, you need to play perfectly. It's like very
Yeah.
punishing if you die once.
If you're
Yeah, no,
smurfing,
as
and
soon as I made a mistake, it was over. Whereas I can screw up in a tank build and get my ass out of there. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
And I'm going to be clear. Like my chat always says, like, "Hey, have you seen that lethal build? Or you've seen Quante do that?" And blah blah blah. And I always answer the same thing. I'm not Quante.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah.
Totally.
You have to believe in yourself, GamerDad. Come on.
I do believe in myself, but I know what my house is like. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and so like tankier builds. I like lethal, but I would like to learn how to like. I would like to personally. This is me, low elo, and a lot of my viewers are as well. I would like to learn like, okay, when's a good time to go lethal? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have to either be the carry condition or I'm in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean?
You really want to go lethality if you have a good kill lane on Serrated Dirk. Serrated Dirk is like the whole reason lethality is like super broken on Urgot.
I do like that. I do. I was kind of randomly building that for fun, but
Yeah, but try and remove the random aspect, and then like if you're against Akshan or Vayne top, you put points into Q with Serrated Dirk, and you Q them twice, and you look for an E flash because that's how you
okay,
play.
but is there a
lethality.
general? Well, I'm gonna ask because you guys have a lot more wisdom than I do. What would be some? Well, I guess we can talk about that when we do champions. But I would like to okay, if I'm going against Timo, I'm going lethal. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Right?
Yeah, that would be helpful. Okay, let's try and get the item tier list done because
Okay.
Yeah.
So for closing this part, just to adding, if you want to learn more on become better Urgot, you have to pay with elo. For example, right now there are 3 how is this seasons on the same season, the splits. There are 3 splits. So if you play the first 2 splits with lethality, you're not gonna climb elo, but you're gonna get much better on Urgot because you're gonna be in all the games testing limits, and you're gonna learn so much. You know, and the third split, you're gonna become so much better Urgot.
So
Sure.
play long game. You're saying?
yeah,
Doesn't rank reset
alright.
like twice? Like, aren't there 2 splits?
there's 3 splits.
There's 3 now.
They
There's
changed
3
it.
now.
Yeah.
3 splits this season. Holy shit.
Yeah. Good luck with the.
Quante or Hullbreaker is still on Z, but we
Are we talking about fixed?
No,
Hopefully
we're
talking
doing the
about-
Nerf one.
we're talking about unfixed.
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, then it's like C.
Okay,
Let's say
let's do easy one. Cleaver. I put on Z.
as easy.
I know Camon will be quirky here.
I'm gonna.
I mean, it's not quirky. I put it S. S is still good, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna be listening to all you guys and coming up with my best tank build, and then I'll be practicing the lethal build.
Oh, Quante is stuck again.
Let me.
Can you refresh my screen, Urpog?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, did I tell you guys? Can I tell you guys a quick story?
Go ahead.
So I acquired a new account with Flat MMR, and played some games for about like 3 weeks just in draft, and then I did my placements, and I was like gold 1.
Yeah, fresh accounts are the most bigger problem in League of Legends right now. in my
True.
opinion.
True.
It's okay. They banned the account for suspicious activity. So it's all good. Yeah, they did. Yeah. But
That's
I was
why?
I don't know because I don't know. Whoever leveled it with Darius, I guess. But the difference being is when I was playing those games, I would like split push, and my team would take advantage of they would take objectives when I pulled everybody top and stuff like that. In bronze, they don't do that. They wander around the jungle. They look at things. They emote. You know what I mean? So. It was totally different, and some of those games are some of the best games I played because I had to play really, really tight, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm back in bronze again.
You'll get out.
Fine.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
playing better though. I'm playing better. So
All right, so let's do this quick. Let's do all the boots in one. There's 3 boots. There's Tabbies, Swifties, and Mercs. I think.
I'm really starting to like Swifties.
Yeah, I love Swifties. I'm a Swiftie shiller.
I don't build them every time though.
I build Swifties about 60% of lobbies.
I might.
I build it literally every game.
I might
Literally.
start doing that. So can you explain to me why it's better to have the Swifties and you lose the MR or the AD. Like,
So first of all,
they feel better,
Swifties
but-
is bugged at the moment, I think, right?
Yeah, they're 40%.
They said that the slow resistance is like increased, so it's better than usual at the moment. So that's why I buy it every game.
Okay.
But just in general, the extra movement speed. So what most people don't get is that Urgot's W slows him by a fixed amount, right? I think
it doesn't work the way you are saying it.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying something different.
Okay.
So Urgot's W slows by a fixed amount, right?
Yes.
So if you get a high movement speed item, then you get to normal movement speed.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Basically, you're completely ignoring the negatives of Urgot's W, and that's huge. It feels so good to have Swifties just because you're just as fast as the enemy, or even a bit faster with Fleet, right?
Yeah, you're walking like you aren't. You don't have the W penalty. It's basically what Swifties is doing. Yeah.
So my logic behind why I think Swifties is worse than Mercs and Tabbies is because if you're going lethality build and you have Yomus, you don't really need that extra movement speed. So you would rather invest a little bit in tankier boots to give you some form of tankiness back because you are going lethality. And if you're going tank build, then you want the resistances and tank effects from Tabbies or Mercs because it amplifies the Jack Show, and you don't really need the movement speed as much because you're a tank and you're just supposed to be a front line. Your job is not to get onto the back line; it's just to be a front line. So I think Swifties is good, but I still think Tabbies and Mercs are better just because in the situations that they're good in, they're just always better than Swifties in my opinion. Like if they have a lot of slows, I could see Swifties, but
I usually build them against like Singed or anybody that's faster than me, like a lot faster.
It's good versus Singed. I like it versus Singed.
I like that logic, Quanta.
Yeah.
Is there any major
Yeah.
disagreements here? I think the general consensus is Mercs are the worst boots. If you have to buy Mercs, they don't feel that great.
That's
Yeah,
not true. No cap. That's bad.
Why do you say that?
Mercs are better than Tabis.
There's no way.
Simply,
Why?
okay. So Tabis is an item that you either rush, right? You build it before your first item,
Yeah.
Right.
or you don't build at all. That's my opinion. Simply because the way how armor per level works. Because every champion in the game gets way more armor per level than MR, right?
That's true.
So at level 10, you're always sitting at like 100, 110, 120 armor, but sitting at 60 MR.
True.
So if you don't have your boots built yet, after the first item, I always go Mercs. I don't care about the matchups. I don't care about the enemy champions, except if they have full AD comp.
That is more valid than I thought I would think about it.
Yeah.
I think the mistake most people buy with Mercs is that they only buy it for the MR. For Mercs, you need to utilize the tenacity and the MR. So into some matchups like Kennen, it's unplayable unless you rush Mercs. But
Yeah,
when it's
totally
good,
agree.
it's like super good.
Yeah, I think the typical mistake on low elo is to think that you want the mercs for the MR, and I think you want the mercs for the tenacity, not for the MR. The magic resist is just a plus that you get from them.
So I'm
Yeah, I
smart.
think
I always buy them because of the resist, not for the MR. I feel good now.
Wait, I think that's wrong actually. I think the MR is more valuable than the tenacity.
I think
Like just in general,
Okay.
it's a gold efficiency.
Tenacity's a lie. Stuns are gonna stun Urgot anyway, and you're gonna buffer it. So I don't think it matters like 9 out of 10 times anyway. Like if you're gonna get stunned by barbecue, you press E, right? What does tenacity do then?
yeah.
Tenacity is a lie. I buy for the resist.
Yeah, in Urgot case, that's totally right. That you can avoid so many stuns with your E.
It's B for me.
Why B for you? What's going on here? What's cooking?
I only build it against like a lot of AP damage on the enemy team.
That's fair. That's normal. It's not a 20-minute rant. So we love
Enemy
it.
has a lot of magic. I only build it when enemy has a lot of magic.
Okay, Spirit Visage. I think A or B, personally.
What? Oh my god.
Spirit Visage is situation. If you have like a Seraphine Sona, then it's like Z tier. But-
Yeah, that's why I put
Yeah,
in
okay,
A.
alright, actually,
Yeah.
maybe I put it C then.
What?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
It's C instead of D.
situational.
It's C instead of D. Yeah.
You think Titanic
mean-
Hydra is as good as Spirit Visage?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is because it's
I agree with
conditioned
that.
about your teammates.
I'm a martyr. I'll die on my hill.
Spirit
there's-
Visage sucks, but if you
If-
have
if
the right
you
comp,
pair
it's
it
amazing.
with the right comp, like A is situationally good, right? That's the whole point of A tier. If you build Spirit Visage with Seraphine Karma, GG.
Yeah, I mean nowadays it
Yeah.
have so much value because you will have so many bot lanes that are Senna Seraphine,
I never build
but
anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, A tier is like my situationally good items. I don't consider A like an item I will like, oh, if I need magic resistances, I'm buying Spirit. I don't think that. I buy Spirit if I have Seraphine Sona.
yeah, for me C tier it's not about the spot. It's a spot that it's conditioned so much for the team comp or the situations that you cannot control.
I see. Well, a little bit of disagreements there, but Fawn Male, I think also A. I think Fawn's good.
I think Thorma's much better this season because you can't go
Yeah.
Mortal anymore.
Mortal is pretty bad, yeah.
I mean, you just can't go Mortal Reminder anymore because you go Black Cleaver. Like I would
Oh,
go
yeah,
Mortal like
that's
all the
second,
time
yeah.
last season.
I'm debating S for Fawn personally.
Why did they do it? Why?
I mean, yeah, it's just like Thornveil is just so much better than Chempoint Chainsword. Chempoint Chainsword is like the worst item in the game, and this is like the only anti-heal option that you can go. So if you need anti-heal, this is like the only viable item to go now.
Why is the sword so bad now? I used to love it.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just it doesn't really give you anything as a completed item. Like it just gives you like a little bit of HP and 80. Like functionality wise, it pretty much does nothing from the 800 gold item compared to the completed item. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything compared to Mortal Reminder. It gave you armor pen and anti-heal in one slot, which was really slot efficient
I
and really
think-
good if you needed it.
My problem is Bramble Vest feels horrible, but Executioner feels really broken. Like the 800 anti-heal aggressive reply. That feels good.
Yeah,
But Bramble feels really bad.
Well, does it?
Bramble
not-
is for certain matchups. Yeah.
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 So we've had B, B, A, B, C. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Classic.
like I said, like the same reasoning I can apply to every armor item. So I don't build an armor item after the second item. I never do because there's no reason. The 80 champions are already balanced around fighting champions who have 150 armor,
Sure.
right? So why
Yes.
would I pay gold for an item that only gives armor? That makes no sense to me.
Okay. Unending Despair. It's the purple icon with the mouth open towards the right of the tier list.
This item sucks.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
this item's ass.
What
I
item?
didn't.
It's the purple mouth open item.
The fuck
It's
is
like
that?
the Bram shield or something like this. I don't know what he does because I just read one time and said, okay, I don't care about this.
Yeah, so Goliath has it in in D. Come on, D.
The fuck is that mask item?
Which
Because
one?
this item is just it's countered by
Oh.
anti-heal and MR because it does damage based on it does healing based on how much damage you deal. That
Yeah.
damage is magic damage, so it's
That is
Yeah.
that's Hexplate. Hexplate is also very bad. We can do Hexplate next. Hexplate is when you activate your ultimate, gain
Yeah.
movement speed and attack speed. So
I built this on accident once. I wanted to build Snowmoose and I built this.
yeah.
It felt terrible.
Okay.
Which
Everyone's
one is it?
It's the Hex deck. If you look to the bottom of the tier
Oh,
list
Hex
at the
deck.
very end.
is it the next item we're doing?
Yeah, Hex
This
deck
one?
is the item. Your stream isn't updating for me. Give me a second.
Yeah, the item sucks.
It's the very end icon on your screen, GamerDad. Yeah, yeah.
Got it. I'm putting stuff I haven't used or anything. I'm just dumping it on the bottom.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's do Sorelda's Grudge. I think B. I think on a Lethality build, Sorelda's Grudge is okay.
The issue with it, it's really, really good in like a vacuum
Yeah.
where if, like there's no one hitting you. But the thing is, like it just leaves you too squishy because you're going 2 lethality items with no HP.
Where are we putting it on our tier list? Let's see.
I actually think Sorelda's is like not a bad rush item sometimes anymore because it gives you
opportunity.
flat lethality and percent pen now too. So it's like actually pretty okay first item now, honestly.
Yeah, people have it slanted towards the bottom. So I think in general we have the same opinion.
So I only put it there because you can't build Cleaver once you have this item.
Yeah, like you never want Cleaver.
Yeah.
You never want to build it over
Yeah.
Cleaver. Yeah, that moves it
Yeah.
to me. Yeah, like you can never like build it over Cleaver. See, I
Magus was going Sorelda's rush every game.
yeah, I know, I saw that. Okay, so C, B, C, B. Yeah, we all agree on this. Okay, pretty much. Shojin, I put same tier, C tier for me.
Yeah,
I didn't suggest it at all.
What does this item do even? I don't know.
Certain dementia patient, man.
Yeah,
It's a
same on me.
it's a ribbon item. Whenever you use an ability and you hit it on minions or champions, it gives you more ability damage. So every ribbon and Q, every Urgot passive Q, E, and R. It doesn't work on W.
The
But the gain that you get, it's so low. So you
Yeah,
don't...
it's also half because of the range penalty. So I think I don't know. Like you can build it. Like
yeah, you can build it, but
it's better than Hexblade, IMO.
It's definitely better than X-Blade, but it's like
It's like
just
the,
too
it's
expensive.
the highest end of D tier. That's what it is. In my opinion.
Put it C because there's this one guy in my stream who always recommends it. So I don't wanna.
I mean, it's better than last
you
year.
respect him, right?
you don't want to mess with him.
Dude, there is a guy who comes to every single one of my streams. He says, "Hi, Urpog. I've been trying Phase Rush, Ghost, Teleport, Urgot, and I started rushing Hullbreaker. I take so many towers." Oh, he's so good.
Okay, what the fuck is this item?
That's Koenig Recurn. We can do that next. I think Koenig's.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
This is a
It's getting
controversial one.
nerfed.
Yeah, it's also getting nerfed. I've,
Hmm.
after nerfs, it's aviation. No.
I like this item a lot. I just think it gets overshadowed by Fawn for Urgot.
yeah, Fawn is too
I
good.
think Force of Nature is better because of
Yeah.
movement speed.
Oh wow, really?
But it's a good
Actually,
item.
I haven't even tried Force of Nature. This
Force of Nature is
season.
really good.
Really?
Yeah, because it gives you 100, like 20-ish MR when stacked, which gets amplified by Jack Show. So you have like a metric shit ton of
It
MR.
gives-
Like you
it-
have like 300 MR.
It gives you movement speed, stacking MR, already base MR, and then it gives you even more movement speed.
Which item is that you're looking at now? Sorry.
We're doing Koenig Recurn. It's the belt leash looking thing.
Belt leash looking thing.
It is.
Oh, this I haven't even used that. I've never even used that.
Damn.
If you haven't used an item, just put it in the D tier. And
Fun is
Okay.
way too, but fun is much better. Yeah.
I
It just said what it does.
yeah, let's just talk about Fawn then. I put Fawn in Z. I think Fawn is OP.
Fawn is OP. I like Fawn, especially after they nerf Koenig. I think it's going to be the go-to one.
Let's see. Goliath, what we thinking about Fawn?
I think I'd put it S, but I could see Z.
What would you? So your Z tier is looking Jack Show Hysterics.
Say.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm going to put it S above Koenig. I don't think it's Z.
I if you build it into all AP team, it gives you in movement speed. It gives you stacking MR. It gives you base MR. So it, like I don't know, Fawn is crazy. I'm also gonna move Serix to Z. I've caved. I think Serix you can build up again.
I think on this patch, Koenig is still better than Force of Nature.
You haven't
But
even
maybe
built
I'm
Boss and Agent.
biased. I put it B tier.
What? Cowboy.
Yeah.
Boxing gloves.
I've never built the item. What do you want from me?
Boxing.
Let's do Randuins. I have no experience with Randuins. I always go for Frozen.
I think Randuins is S. I think it's better than Frozen, actually.
Randoms
Really?
for sure is at least S. It's like the best armor item in the game, especially if you play against double crit.
We've got S. GamerDad's putting in S. Camon S.
I do think it's better than Frozen Heart.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
I'll follow.
I think it's better than Frozen Heart, but it's conditioned for all the same. Yeah, so I will place it on A because it's really really good. But
I'll just
The
follow
thing is,
the
Frozen
flow.
Heart is
it's the
Frozen Heart
fourth
is really
item.
good. Frozen Heart is really good early because it's so cheap. Like it's a 2-item spike. It's really
Yeah.
good because the earliest you can go Randuins is like third, in my opinion, or like it's usually like a third or fourth.
Yeah, I
item.
see it's for the fourth. Yeah, I agree.
What's
Like, Frozen Heart can go
what's the
second.
difference between those two items, between Frozen and
good indeed.
Randoms? Like what?
Randuins is better against champions who build crits, and Frozen is better against champions who build attack speed. So against Varus doing an on-hit build, Frozen would be
Right.
better because it interrupts with him. Vayne, it slows her attack speed. But against double crit, let's say Jin and Cogmore, that would be when you build Randuins. So when you want to like isolate damage on yourself to like not die to crit damage, that's when you build Randuins. But I think Frozen Heart is like when you want to keep your team alive. And
Okay, all right, cool, all right. So one of them, so Randuin's better against Burst, right?
Randuins is better against crit burst, so it helps you.
Okay.
Frozen
Yeah.
Heart helps your team, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean the only one thing I don't care about Frozen Heart is the ability haste, because Urgot can don't count with that. But it's very cheap and gives you utility for the slow of attack speed. And Anduin's it's just about crit, HP, good armor, a bit expensive, but in full pack I think it's better Anduin, yeah.
Okay, let's do a controversial one. Profane Hydra. I slept with this item for a long time.
Oh man, I love this item.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's going to be controversial.
I'm going high.
This item
here.
is super good, but it's so hard to slot him in.
I don't know when to build
Yeah.
it. That's what I don't know. I still don't know when
It
to
is
build it.
expensive, but I feel like the active is so value, man. Like it's so strong.
I mean, it helps execute too, right?
yeah.
So my logic for it is if you're going lethality build, you already usually overkill anyway, so you don't really need the damage, and it only gives you damage. Like most lethality items, they give you damage plus something, like damage plus movement speed, damage plus HP and spell shield, that kind of thing. But this strictly gives you damage. It gives you a lot of damage, but only damage.
Yeah.
And I just don't think you need it. You don't need damage if you're going lethality. You need like tankier stats or like movement speed stats.
But I think BC
it's just
Profane is something you can do also. Like you don't have to do it without to build it.
Yeah, you could do BC Profane, but then it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of awkward because you're like not that tanky and you do good damage, but it's just like, it's like hard to cap out the build when you go BC Profane, in my opinion. Like, what do you go third?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the question. Like, if I can figure out when Profane is good, I think it would be S, but I can't. I don't know what to do with it. It's a completely different. You have to build your whole playstyle around the item.
I do agree though that it's by far the best team item, by far.
Let's do an easy one. Hubris. I put Andy. I think that would be a controversial.
Man, that item in general is so broken.
Yeah,
right?
but
On
Urgot
other
can't use
roles.
it, man.
Yeah, but we can't use this shit.
Yeah.
Do you
I
see?
haven't built
Jungler
this item.
Yeah,
Senna support is so OP with this.
I don't know. It just can't work. I don't know. I wish we could, man. Hubris would be so fun. Yeah,
Well, maybe you can get it if you are smurfing, but
yeah. 500 kills in Iron 2.
yeah, nothing
Yeah,
else.
Maybe it's good for smurfing, so
Yeah, I don't know.
see for me, I guess.
Let's do Yomu's. Keep in mind, they're nerfing it.
Oh,
So I don't know where we place. This is nerfed Yomu's. We're
Keep that in
placing.
mind. No, that's unfair. I'll place it for this patch.
Okay. But this patch is easy. Zip.
Dispatch or nerf?
Let's do this patch.
is-
Yeah.
this patch.
That is the
Dispatch is Z for sure, yeah.
Z. Goliath is Z. Well, okay, let's do both then. Let's do when they nerf it. What's our predictions? We won't. We'll keep the tier list as it is, but we'll predict where it will go after the nerf.
What's the nerfs again? They're nerfing the movement speed by half?
They're moving it
No.
from 40 to 25. And then they're removing something else. I forgot. They're giving it just 2 range nerfs, pretty much.
the
I don't know what.
It's
what
gonna be
the-
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think after the
I think it's
nerfs,
gonna be opportunity, yeah.
yeah, it'll go C tier, C or D after the nerfs. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a placeholder item for it. No,
What'd you say?
maybe we should do a placeholder item. for,
Placeholder item.
Next patch, Yomu's.
No one's building Wit's End, so yeah, next patch Yomu's can be Wit's End, the purple item.
Okay. I think you're over exaggerating here a bit.
I
The
think-
nerfs are not that.
It's like it still does what it does. It's just like it does it a little bit worse. I think B or A.
Every time Riot nerfs an item for range champions only, it's a D for me. It's an auto D for me.
No, I mean it's not gonna be bad. I think it's opportunity is just gonna be better after they nerf it. Like opportunity's already pretty good right now as a first item rush, and I think it'll just strictly be better.
Yeah, opportunity becomes
Yeah.
king. Yeah. Speaking of opportunity, let's do opportunity. GamerDad, opportunity is the purple scythe on the right side.
Oh,
I didn't test it, so but
I
I
like
don't.
it on-
I know
I like
it's,
it on
it's really
yours.
good.
Yeah.
I like it on yours.
What about Urgot?
Solid.
When I built lethal, I built that, and it really kicks hard.
Yeah, I like opportunity a lot. Come on, you put opportunity in S tier.
Yeah, I think Edge of Night in most cases is better than Opportunity, just simply because I want to survive the team fights. Yeah,
That's
the
fair.
damage is insane. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really feel the bonus movement speed if you get a takedown.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind
I
of
don't,
useless.
I don't buy
It's
the
like-
item because of this.
Yeah, it's redundant, I feel.
Yeah. But the bonus infinity is pretty good, yeah.
Is there any...
I think opportunity is just not great because it's like okay right now, but it's just like you can only go at first. Like Yomu's opportunity, you can only go those items first. So it has to be one or the other. And right now it's just Yomu's.
Goliath, where did you put opportunity?
I got a S tier. I haven't
S
really
tier.
built it too much, but it feels pretty good. It feels on par with like Edge and Knight.
Yeah, I think we all agree it's a good item, so that's good. Chempunk Chainsaw, the aggressive anti-heal item. I think
Oh, hell, I hate this item.
It's
But I have
bad.
to build it sometimes.
I build it a lot.
it's
Yeah,
it's
same.
This is the worst item in the game. There is no difference from Kempung Chainsaw and Executioner's Calling. There is no difference.
yeah, it's dead stats. Like you have to buy it to upgrade it, but like you don't want to.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I think if you want anti-heal, that you don't want Thornmill or Bramble, you will go Executioners, and you just sit on Executioners until you're full build, and by that time you just pray when one of your team is built to anti-heal, and then you can sell it for another item because you don't want to be building Kempunk.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I think if we could get the components of like executioners and then put that high tier, you just sell it later, and then that's it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm letting you know what I'm doing. I'm listening to you guys and trying to find. I'm changing my tank build, and I'm gonna try and run that. And then I want to come with a good lethal build, and I'm gonna start learning that because the lethal. I watch Quante and I watch you guys. You guys kite like crazy, and
Yes.
I don't kite very well, and I don't auto attack very well. So the advice to practice a lethal build, I really like that idea. So I'd like to figure that out.
That's fine. All right, I think the rest of the items are kind of throwaway, apart from Serpent's Fang and Guardian Angel. I think the rest are kind of like, who cares?
What the?
Yeah, I agree.
So shiny.
Let's do.
Wait, no, Abyssal Mask. Abyssal Mask is also
Oh
fine.
yeah, this is Master. Yeah. Let's do.
Abyssal Mask sucks.
It's kind of like mid, but like it's buildable. But let's do Guardian Angel. Where do you put Guardian? They buffed it like Omega. I think Guardian's pretty good.
The thing is, there's no spot for Guardian Angel anymore.
Yeah,
It's like
you don't have
okay.
inventory space. If there was 7 inventory spaces, Guardian C.
Because like I would always rather have Jack Show than Guardian's Angel, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like the
Yeah.
item is really good, but I never build it.
I think it did get buffed, yes, but it got severely nerfed in the fact that you can't build out of Stopwatch anymore. Stopwatch was like half the reason why you wanted to go it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a
Could
weak
be.
spot for Guardian Angel. It says for me.
What? Okay, explain.
He loves his Guardian.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're snowballing, it's the perfect item, and
It's
it's getting buffed next patch. So
Goliath put in B. Salon, you put it in.
I think that in most cases where you can buy it, if you die and proc the Warden Angel, the game is over for you. I mean, the fight is over, so you revive, but in most cases, I mean, if you're in the spot that you are saying, you want to carry 1v9 and be able to just jump alone, it's okay, but in a normal spot, I think, I don't know, I want so many other items than Warden Angel.
You are saying that when you die with GA, you can't live anyway. It's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like if that is the argument, I would rather have tank items that stop me from dying to begin with. So I agree.
Yeah.
what
Alright.
are the GA buffs?
I don't know. They're increasing the amount of mana you get.
You revive at full mana and half HP.
Let's do Seven's
It used to be
Fang.
like 30% HP.
I don't think that matters though, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Is Qantas mic fucked?
He's doing dishes in the background. That's why.
Ah,
He's
okay.
muting himself to like be quiet. He's being shy right now.
Damn, doing dishes and making it through this.
Well, his girlfriend's doing them.
It's not me. It's not me.
Yeah. Okay, Serpent's Fang. I think I don't want to buy it, but sometimes I have to.
Nah, man, that's D tier.
But
So let's see for me.
I mean, Serpents is like always situational, but when it's
Yeah.
good, it's good.
I don't know, B. I feel the same about Stride, the way I feel with
Bro,
Serpents.
I was trying Serpents Rush into Riven recently.
What?
It's actually not bad. Dude, Riven with the clips is so OP.
Riven
man.
is
That
silly,
champion has
but-
perma shield.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Which one is Rivers? What is
Riven?
Are you talking about the item or the champion?
Oh, against. Okay, I thought you were talking about an item. Okay, against Riven. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, a Riven with Eclipse and her E, she's just permanently uptime on her shield, and it actually feels pretty good to have Serpents. I don't know though. I still need to test. I only tried it one game. Yankees was telling me how it's really good into Riven. Like I feel like if you verse Riven and like Ivern or like Riven and Seraphine, it's pretty good.
All right,
Yeah.
last
I
item.
didn't test it in that situation, but I never built it.
Last item. Let's do mask. I forgot what it's called. Abyssal mask.
Yeah.
I think.
Last item.
Yeah, the rest you don't really build, so it's like why care?
I put it on D.
I put it B as well.
I put B.
Same.
Wait, what
Yeah,
about
same.
more?
More.
More is my
I have not built more this season.
easy tier.
Ma has been shit for like 2 years, man. Come
So
on.
you cannot put more in C tier, man.
Oh shit.
Ma has
put
been
it
so
in
bad for so long.
If you
Yeah,
want it on your
same.
list, that's your list, man. You do you. Speak your truth.
Wait, but what about Sundered Sky, by the way? There's this new build.
There's a Korean guy who does Black Cleaver Sun Sky.
Yeah. It looks not bad in terms of win rate.
But Winner is
I want-
I
alive.
tried it.
Winner is
I
alive.
tried it.
Yeah, I don't
Win
know.
rate is never a lie.
I'm keeping it off because I haven't tried it. I haven't built it.
Yeah, I won't put it in.
Goliath,
haven't
you got
tried
any
it either.
opinions on Sundered? Have you
No, I
experimented?
haven't played it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's played it. I think we can test it though. See how it feels.
Let's go, GamerDad, with the more on B tier.
Sooner, can you explain to me your reasoning behind Ma? Why do you like
I
Ma
am
over
very
Sterix?
curious.
Wait,
you
let me
asking?
see that. I don't know, AD and MR in one item.
But
It's
have you
really-
read the description? It's so bad, man. It's so bad.
Let me read it once again, wait.
Look how long the shield lasts.
It's 1.5 now, isn't it?
The shield lasts for, and it's nerfed for range too.
Yeah.
On top of it.
Range nerf, 1.5 MR shield, dude. Just build K-Neck. I don't know. It's like permanent more.
What 65 AD, man?
Hey, kind of
Missing on some.
Would you rather have fucking 400 health or like 15 AD?
It's
How much is
65 AD.
Sterix? No, but compared to Sterix. How much is Sterix? Sterix
No way I'm
is.
buying Sterix.
Would you rather have 400 health or like 15 AD?
65.
I feel like
Oh.
there's no way. There's no way. 400 health is always better than 15
But
AD.
there's no MR, I mean. No,
Yeah, but you don't
there's
need
no
more.
MR.
You get a giant shield.
All right,
It's not
well,
that giant anymore.
those are the items. Let's move on to matchups. 'cause we don't...
I don't feel it's like really. Wasn't it like bigger last season?
Yeah, it was. They nerfed it like super
now,
hard.
now it's like small.
But it was bad
Yeah.
last season, anyways.
Yeah,
in my
because you can build it
opinion.
over Sterix.
No,
yeah.
no, I'm talking about Serax.
Oh no, Sterix are buffed.
Oh, they nerfed it by 50 HP, but they gave it tenacity perma.
Yeah.
The shield feels smaller.
The shield it's definitely weaker second this season, yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Let's just make sure. Who just took it? Okay. Let's make sure everyone's tier list is the same. So top lane tier list is going to be dodge or ban. The top tier is going to be Urgot's counter. The
Yeah.
third tier is going to be soft counter. The B tier will be neutral skill matchup. If anyone wants to play along as the stream is going on, could you put the tier list in the respective chats? So I would put the link in my chat. So GamerDad, if you want to get your chat involved, you can give them the link to the.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
yeah.
So S is always banned. I
So
can't read. it from
S
here.
is dodge or ban. The second one will be Urgot counter. After Urgot counter, it will be soft counter, and then neutral. Urgot.
Wasn't it hard counter on the second?
Yeah.
It's hard counter. Yes, hard counter. Yeah, hard counter. Let's do Urgot favored. Urgot wins, and then yeah.
I can't read this.
Who are we starting with?
We're just setting up the tier list so everyone's on the same page right now. Come on, wake
okay.
up!
So I have to change it as well, or what?
Yeah, just
Okay.
you can change it on the left. If you click on the words.
Ban or dodge.
That's what happens when you're a lethality enjoyer.
True. The brain rot.
Bro.
You get a little slow.
I wouldn't say that when I was your age.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
I'm 1 year younger than him.
Wait,
And I have clothes older than all of you. So
Yeah. Okay, so the way I see us doing this tier list is we do our own tier list, but like on stream, and then if we have any, if we have major disagreements, we can go through them one by one. So, because if we discuss every single matchup, it will last like 5 hours, and we don't have 5 hours. So I feel
Yeah.
like we just make our own tier lists, and then if we have any major disagreements between lists, we can just talk about it.
all right. Well, I'm a man, so I don't dodge.
Base.
same.
You
I
can-
do.
I dodge all the time,
Yeah.
man.
I don't dodge matchups though. I dodge comps.
I'd cancel wins.
Let me see here.
Favorite skill.
Actually, I'm looking for advice because I need to learn how to beat one champ, and then that opens everything up for me.
You can ask any question you want. We're happy to help. It'll be a good time to ask because we're just making a list right now anyway.
Alright, so who are we starting with again?
We're just making our own lists and then we're gonna compare them once they're done.
Oh, okay. We're making our own list.
Yeah. Those Garen W buffs are kind of nasty, by the way.
Garen is broken. Garen is absolutely broken.
Yeah. This is the current patch, not
Oh.
Damn, I'm clueless.
the. I'm debating Aatrox and soft and hard. I think it depends on the Aatrox player. Because if Aatrox does QE forwards and then just walks backwards, you never hit E.
I'm gonna make a matchup tier list called Omega Skill because some of these matchups really depend on how good they are. Like
Yeah.
Fiora.
That's why when I used to make
Yeah.
like tier lists for Twitter, I used to make them based around Masters 0 LP. So I could like, hey, this is what would happen. What do we think about
Garen
Alawi?
was such a free matchup, and now it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It lasts the entire alteration.
But it hasn't gone live yet though, right? Is Garen W buffs?
It is live.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's live?
live.
Okay, yeah, then it's hard. Is it hard or soft though? Because I don't know. I feel like Garen can
Which
take
one?
easy trades now.
What did they change about Garen? I don't.
His W damage resist is 4 seconds flat now instead of 2.5 early.
Is Trundle on this list? Am I just not
Yeah.
seeing him?
Yeah,
He,
Trundle is on the list.
yeah, he's towards the right. Let me look at your list. He's in the direct middle, under Rumble, next to Teemo.
Just, oh,
He's-
there he is. Thanks.
Yes. So what do we think about Alawi? I don't know. I have
Such
such
a hard counter.
I have such mixed
just-
results
yeah.
in Alawi.
I banned.
it's a hard counter.
ban allowed.
Hard counter. I put it in slightly favored for Urgot.
What are you smoking, come on?
Okay.
What are you talking
Hardly Lethality, like no joke, Lethality just one shots. She can't do anything. Maybe it's because
He
you're
presses
building
R when you
tank.
press E. He press R when you press E.
Yeah, but you don't have to press E ever first.
So you just hit Q?
What?
You force her to R first, of course.
I mean, we are placing Diego on top.
You can skip Viego if you didn't ever play against him.
Yeah,
That's-
we don't care, right?
yeah. Win. Nasus. What do you think about Nasus? I think Nasus wins on Sheen, but Sheen's more expensive now.
I think you can set up so many dives on him early, or
Yeah, I think it's favored, but into it's not. So I think it's a skill matchup. Because if Nasus can reliably pilot to the mid game, he just kind of shits on Urgot 1v1. But if you can
At
punch
the moment,
him,
you just buy Swifties, and then he can't ever get to you
oh yeah, he
because
can't.
of the bug.
Yeah, W slow resist.
Yeah, he can't ever get to you.
I haven't played against Gwen this season. What do you think about Gwen?
it's pretty easy. I think you can play the lane. I mean, she's gonna scale hard, but she's gonna be really, really behind. If you go lethality, you can go, and just I don't know. It doesn't matter so much the champ against you.
Goliath, you got any opinions on Gwen?
I think it's kind of a skill matchup. It's kind of like Fiora, I feel like.
I think there's shenanigans she can do with W.
Because I feel like she can always E your E, right? So you can't really like go aggressive.
No.
Cultivan?
What happened,
Mean.
Oh, his cat did something.
Oh,
bro?
trouble in paradise.
What do you guys think about Trin this season? I haven't seen one.
I rush Frozen Heart and I have Fleet. I never die. I think it's actually just.
So you rush Frozen? What?
Yeah, I sit on Wardens, he can't kill me. Then I go into Frozen, and then he can't auto
That
attack.
actually sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
again?
actually sounds
Say
not
that
that bad.
What do you do?
I rush Frozen Heart into Tryndamere with Fleet, and I just chill. I do nothing.
Oh, I like that.
So do you have it as Urgot favored?
I have it as skill, because if Tryndamere roams, it just kind of negates. Like he'll always have priority. That's just how Tryndamere is.
Yeah.
So if the Tryndamere roams with the lane,
You go with Ignite, Ghost, or TP?
I go TP
My cat just peed on my jacket. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a feature. You could probably sell that.
I think Renekton's
So-
favored, by the way, but people will disagree with me on that.
I like fighting Renekton.
Yeah, I also have Renekton favored.
Okay. Singe free. I don't know my Lucian's here.
What about Camille?
I put her in favored. I feel like Camille got so hard nerfed with Sheen removal, no divine, and the walls. Like Camille got like gapped by season 14.
But in like lane, she's still so strong. I feel like because of the base health buff.
Yeah, I mean she got a lot of stats, but I feel like if you can just like Q spam and not get inside of a W range, I think you should be okay. So
And Riven, I feel the cham is broken, but the lane is really good for Urgot.
yeah, I think Riven's a soft counter because she can roam really easily from the lane. Like you can't if Riven scales super hard and she's really broken right now, and if she leaves lane, you lose because she has so much mobility, you can't do anything.
I don't know. I don't have so many problems against Riven, but
The laning phase
the
I don't
cham
either,
is
but
broken.
I don't know. The Rivens I go against run Ignite with Celerity, Nimbus Cloak, and I use it to dodge my E. Which makes it like, I don't know, like kill neutral.
Hmm.
Aurelia. Oh, what do you think about Tom Kench? I've been struggling against Kench recently, not gonna lie.
Frog boy.
I've never seen that champ.
Yeah, well, dude, I swear, Grasp Q spam is so annoying.
Champions I never say put in Urgot's favor, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not played for a reason, right?
Hmm.
I've always felt like the lane is hard against Kench, but I feel like you just outscale him so hard.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But like laning against him is so boring because he doesn't CS well either. I feel every Tom Kench main has 5 CS per minute average. they just want to lick you 24/7. It's so annoying. Volibear. I have not seen a Volibear this season. Has anyone seen
I feel the
Volibear?
same way. I feel the same way against Volley that I do against Ken. Like the lane is hard, but I just outscale him.
Yeah, I put it in favored against Volley because Volley can't be Volley if you're good. Like Volibear needs you to be bad to win, pretty much.
Yeah, and you always, I mean, the Volibear's player always wait for the Q level 2, Q flash, ignite, and trying to hard
Yeah, but you can just buffer it. So it doesn't really
flip the game and
matter.
just decide the lane there.
Vladimir top is one of my favorite matchups. I like Vladimir top a lot. It's an absolute
Seriously, yeah.
bloodbath lane, man. It's so fun.
I really hate the Vladimir matchup.
Yeah, I don't like that matchup either. Because I feel like he just pulls your E, right?
Yeah, but it costs HP to do it. So I like using my E's just to trade mana for HP.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think he loses more health by using the W than I would by landing E anyway, which is fun. Yorick. I think Yorick is Urgot favored. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he gives you gold because you just kill his ghouls, right?
They're about to buff that champ pretty good.
Yeah,
right?
I think they already have buffed him. I think they're nerfing him again now, though. I think right now he's buffed.
No, they're reworking him basically. I've heard that they are doubling his ghouls, like the amount of ghouls you can spawn.
No, that's the leash range Tether or whatever. Yeah, I put it in neutral. I guess.
Okay.
Kled. I think Kled's soft. Soft plus neutral. Kled's early is so scary, man.
Yeah, it's so scary the early, but you can manage it.
Yeah, I feel like after you get
outside
level
the-
6,
Yeah?
I feel like after you get level 6, you can just kill him with Grinder usually if you dismount him.
Whenever I play against Kled, he's already mid at level 6. And he kills my mid laner, and then I get spam ping.
Yeah.
I think my list is done. I've left out ones I don't see top often. Like Viego. Oh, Yasuo. Yasuo's a hard counter IMO. He has so many dashes to dodge E. Wind walls to block R1 and R2. Shielding. I don't know. I struggle against Yasuo top more than I do Yone.
Same. I have Yasuo also in hard matchup and Yon in neutral.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with my list. I think I would not change my list.
Okay.
What do you guys think about Pantheon?
I put Pantheon in soft counter. I think if he plays max range Q spam and just like Q tapping 24/7 and doesn't ever engage into like the hard engage, then I think he's like chilling.
Yeah. I feel like if I don't get the E buffer on his W, I just die.
Yeah, and like sometimes they can just like if sometimes you're trying to predict they're going to use W, and if you don't, it's dead, right?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes they'll be really aggressive the entire laning phase, and then they'll bait you out into using W. We're just waiting for Quanti to finish his list. And then...
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to chug along here.
Yeah.
My cat really just peed all over my jacket right behind me.
If there's any matchups you don't see, like Swain top or whatever, you can just skip it. I've skipped Swain top.
Okay. I mean, is there any more they want to discuss? I can just go along.
I'm not doing all the champs because generally in my level I've got some really hard counters like like Olaf. My job is to die gracefully, and then in bronze it's very different because some of the champs that everybody else hates fighting, I don't mind. I don't mind fighting a Mordekaiser. I don't mind fighting an Aatrox, right?
Yeah.
And all the other ones depends on how good they are with the champ and how bad I'm playing that day. Because if I play well, it's true though. If I play well, and so in low elo, this is my favorite strat right now. Like Set and Mordekaiser and Fiora, like all the really pushy champs.
Yeah.
I just really hang around the wave and on my tower until they get bored. And they get annoyed. My strat now is to try to annoy them because then they get too pushy and make mistakes. And I watch Goliath punish people for doing that all the time. Or they get bored and they roam mid. I've been running Demolish, and then I just start stealing plates.
You play the long game, I see.
You wouldn't believe it, but even challenger players also do this mistake.
I
they
do
just
that.
Walk up and they're just bored. They want to have a volatile lane, and then they just get flipped under tower and they die.
Dude, I have ADHD.
That's the best, isn't it? That's the best.
I have to press buttons. I can't not just sit there and do nothing, man.
Yeah, I think it's the base strat of his current top laners that they just freeze the lane in front of you and you get upset. So you just run down to his tower and die like a fucking ape.
Yeah.
But because you depend on your jungler that you can just invade as much as you want. But your jungler is gonna just say, okay, I can get his Gromp and blue, but I want to back. Because, yes.
Yes.
So
that's why. Just yes.
That's the base strat of the current top laners that you can use. Just farm, freeze. And they're gonna get upset and try to dive that they cannot do. So
do you think, how you are what you eat? Like the people that play certain champs kind of take on the personality of the champ, like Sets or Dicks?
Yeah, set mains are also very hard. They take on every form of their champion, I feel.
And Kassadin players are racist.
Every
we're
time.
not gonna talk so about Jax players.
Okay, I think everyone's list is done. Now we can do like a soft compare. Because if we talked about every single matchup here, we'd go crazy. Is there any major disagreements in like the three matchups? I think we look at the highest and the lowest.
Let's look at the highest and lowest there.
Yeah, that Frozen Heart and the Tryndamere, I'm gonna try that.
I think it's easy neutralizing the lane. Like Wardens
just negates him?
Yeah, like you just rush Wardens and then always damages autos, so. Cowbot, Aatrox and dodge. / ban.
I think I just have a personal problem with that champion. I mean, I think in reality it's like a soft to hard matchup, but I just can't play against that champ. It doesn't even matter whether I play Urgot or something else. It's just I can't play against that.
It's just him. That's what it is.
I just ban him every game.
Cerza has made his own category called Olaf.
The name is relevant from season 12 to season 19.
Base. Base.
Totally.
Cameron, what is Quanti? What is your top lane? Let's say.
Oh, mega skill matchup.
Okay,
where it really depends on how good they are.
Yeah, I feel that's fair too. Because I feel like Yone can go for hard counter to free, like depending on how bad they are or how good they are. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
I mean, I
go ahead.
don't struggle. I was gonna say I was talking about Olaf. I don't struggle. Well, it's like I feel like it's a pretty solvable matchup. It's not as bad as people make it is.
How do you?
So I think the problems that Olaf usually have is that they get way too over aggressive pre-6, and you can almost usually punish them with either setting up a freeze and killing them when I gank, which puts them really behind, or just killing them solo if you have Ignite PTA. Like if Olaf dies pre-6 one time, it makes the lane really, really playable. Because if you're not behind and you hit level 9, by the time you have Black Cleaver and Ignite, or even if just 9 with Ignite and he's like slightly chunked, you actually win the 1v1. I think the mistake that people make, especially lower elo Urgots, is they just play way too respectfully against Olaf the entirety of the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
'Cause-
There's definitely
yeah.
angles. Goliath, you also have Aatrox in ban/dodge. What's going on here?
Yeah, I just permaban that champ, man. I hate it.
So let's see
Pretty
this
much
camera.
exactly what Cayman said. Yeah.
Is there any major disagreements in the free tiers? Let's see.
I like fighting Aatrox.
Me
Jeez.
too.
Yeah, same.
Like, because he goes to Q you, you E into him, and then you auto him a couple times and back off.
Gotta go Ignite against him, no?
Yeah, that's also a good point. There's like a huge meta swing of like all the Urgots going like fleet, right? And then there's
Ooh!
was that a sound like against fleet or was that just stretching?
No, my system sounds did like a Windows update sound and it blows my brain away. That was really
I thought
loud.
my statement offended you. I mean, ooh.
Yeah, it was a bit too loud for me.
Okay, so I think
Scared me.
our tier lists are like mostly like in agreement. I think there's small like disparities between them. Like Tryndamere
Mhm.
is in hard counter in Camon, but I feel like if you just sit on Wardens, like Wardens
No, there's a
frozen-
big difference. You guys can all kill Alawi.
I don't know. Alawi's weird to me. It really depends on the Alawi player. If you get hit by E, like sometimes you're like bad, then it's like hard matchup. But if the Alawi misses E like consistently, you just win.
I just rush Swifties in that matchup, like literally first item.
Yeah,
And then she
I
can't
do
hit
too.
E, she can't hit tentacles. I just farm safely to level 9. Easy.
Oh, see, that's helpful. You know what happens with me? I won't see a jungler for 4 games. I get an Alawi, and they'll come up and gank at level 6, and I have to follow up and we both die. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just let him die, honestly. Just let him
just
die.
let him go.
Yeah. They have to learn, you know?
They have to
Do
learn
you
with
guys
their-
go?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you guys go PTA or Fleet versus Alawi?
PTA.
Fleet.
You go fleet into Alawi?
Yeah, I got fleet in every game.
Do you go
Yeah, I
fleet?
think Fleet is so fucking broken in any scenario.
Do you go fleet
Yeah.
Ignite? I think fleet Ignite has a lot of merit to it.
No,
I got fleet in
I go-
Ignite, yeah.
Yeah,
I go
The-
Fleet.
Like, why is the
TP.
rune so good? Like,
you just don't lose. You can't lose.
Just give you a free heal, kiting, damage.
hitting on the minions is real bad, no?
My logic
the-
with
the-
Fleet versus PTA is that like I think with Fleet, it's good if you can consistently get procs off without taking damage return. So for stuff like Jax, Garen, because they're melee, they're like full melee, it's pretty good. Because you get a lot of value from it and you can play the sustained game. For champions that you need to all in like one shot, like Aatrox, I think Alawi, like I think PTA is better just because like if you don't one shot them, if you play the long game for them, you're gonna lose a sustained trade.
Exactly.
The thing is with fleet, it's different on Urgot because usually you stack it by moving, right? But fleet also stacks by auto attacking, and it counts with Urgot's W. So literally every like 1.5 seconds you have the fleet proc if you have W active.
Yeah, it's really
So
good.
it's like you're zooming all over them. Like I just got fleet Swifties into Ilawi and she can't hit anything ever.
Okay, here's a
Yeah, I
question.
don't
That's
think
true.
we.
Alright.
The W with Urgot and Fleet is so broken.
Here's my question.
Yeah, maybe.
What do we feel about Trundle?
What is wrong with that guy right now?
He's very broken, but I feel like
I think Trundle's a
yeah.
fine matchup for Urgot.
I think it's
personally.
okay, like soft. Like if he pillars your E, then you made a mistake and you die. But I feel like if you hold your E for his pillar, you should be okay.
You gotta go Ignite, no?
Yeah, I go Ignite Fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go Ignite. I mean, you can also take TP Fleet, but I think Ignite's better.
I suck with Ignite.
The thing about Trundle is that, of course, if you fight him in a 1v1 situation where you're both full HP and you just both smack each other until you die, of course you're gonna lose. But the thing about Trundle is that he has no real way to force Urgot to take long trades because you can just E out as long as you don't E into the pillar. Like it's pretty easy to do short trades in the disengage, and then Trundle has no way to survive your E flash R with Ignite.
Do you go
Because,
lethality?
yes.
Or...
Poke him down. You trying to poke him down then?
Yeah, you just go for small
Yeah.
trades of like you just go for small trades. Like you don't go for trades to all in. You go for a trade to get him to like 75%, 60%, etc. You're not trying to all in, just small trades. And then when he's at that HP, like at that HP, he's like super vulnerable because he gets one shot before he can ramp up his lethal tempo and his ult, etc. If you do from full HP, it's like Darius. Of course, you're gonna lose because he has enough time to ramp up his damage and then stat check you. But you one shot him really easily because he seals resistances. But with ult and ignite, like half your damage is true damage, and then with ignite you have anti heal, so he doesn't heal anything as well. And he has no way to like negate your burst like other champions do, like with a dash or something.
See, I
He
was
just
running
dies.
I was running Executioner into him, and that seemed to help. Same with Olaf. Same with the other guys.
He only heals if you let him
Yeah.
heal, though. IMO. Like, he only heals when he last hits minions, and then that's when you want to engage a short trade. Like, when Trundle walks up to, like, auto-attack Q a minion, that's when you should be walking up to, like, punish him. So that way he doesn't
Okay.
regenerate his HP. Because Trundle only heals when he kills an enemy. So if you attack him while he's going for the heal, and then you disengage from a short trade, then he doesn't really regenerate. IMO.
A null sum game for that then?
That
I
was...
think Fleet is really good into Trundle.
Yeah, I think
Is it?
Fleece is broken, man. I don't know.
Fleet is
Yeah,
super
Fleet
good
is
into Trundle.
okay.
I was stunned by the amount of healing that does
Yeah,
over the course of the game.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount.
Is there
Yeah, it's
any...
average. For me, it's average like 9k healing for game with Doran's Blade and Fleet. It's just broken combination.
I mean, you never do anything but Doran's Blade. If you see an Urgot building D Shield, they're in season 7. I don't know.
I'm building all the time now.
Oh no.
I mean, Doran's Blade. You don't build Doran's Blade.
No, Doran's Shield. We're talking about Doran's Shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If they have Ignite, I go Doran Shield.
Why?
So they light me on fire and I live.
You live.
So I never go Ignite because I'm trying to TP around and out macro people because a lot of people have got better mechanicals than me, but their macro kind of sucks. So I can split push.
That's
So
fair.
I'm all about split pushing, but especially this season.
Yeah, teleport's good. If you like teleport, just stick with teleport. That's just your vibe. The biggest
So
thing
I-
about
yeah,
Urgot
maybe
is vibes.
I will go with Doran's Shield probably if there is an Elise in the enemy team because the dive potential is very high. But
I still think Doran's Blade's better. Like, I think it overall it heals you more than Doran's Shield would.
yes,
Goliath?
Never built Doran's Shield before. Ain't gonna build it now.
Yeah, I always go D-Blade. Sometimes I'll go
Yeah.
Shield against Teemo.
Hmm.
That's the only
Yeah, that's what I
matchup.
wanted to say. I think Teemo is the one matchup where you can go shield.
Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah.
only acceptable one. Or Cassiopeia. What
I've
about
been playing
Cassiopeia?
A little scared lately. so-
Probably. Maybe only Alan.
If you go shield against Cassio, you're basically saying you never kill her ever.
yeah.
But same
Yeah,
thing to
that's
Timo
fair.
though, no?
Yeah, but into Teemo it's fine because Teemo doesn't scale, right?
Teemo scales like a monster. What?
No, I mean, in the mid game, he's the most useless champion in the game. Of course, in late
Okay,
game, he
yeah,
comes
yeah.
back, but like in the
Yeah.
mid game, you just win with any build. But against Cassio, you never actually win.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I agree with that.
I
Teemo
agree.
is really weak mid, yeah. Okay, is there any matchups anyone wants to bring up? Like, just talk about in general.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys about Wayne Top
Malawi.
because I think Wayne Top is like gonna be meta. It's already meta,
Yeah.
but
Vayne?
it's even gonna be stronger next patch or the patch after because people are just figuring out how to play her. I think if the Wayne is like really insane, it's literally unplayable.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Which summer are we talking?
Vayne top.
Wayne
Oh,
Top.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think if she just does one mistake, she's instant dead, right? Because of E-Flash.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though. Like, she comes back and still wins, right? Like 0-7 Vayne beats 10-11 Urgot. Or 10-0 Urgot.
I mean, depending on item build, yeah.
Dude,
If she goes this Hexblade shit, it's so OP.
Dude,
Hexblade on non-Wayne.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't Randuin solve that problem?
No, nothing for
No.
Vayne.
So I personally think Vayne's like actually an okay matchup for Urgot because she doesn't really have a way to force onto you. Because if she Qs onto you, then she's vulnerable to Q trade back. I mean, this is at least in lane. I'm just talking about purely lane, like not talking about like late game.
Yeah.
I think it's fine because like she doesn't really have windows to force onto you unless you like mess up really bad. Like if you waste your Q, then you get screwed over. But if you are patient with your abilities and you hold it for her tumble or like try to predict her tumble, I think it's a playable matchup. The only thing that is bad about this matchup is that she can buffer her condemn into your E flash.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
Really good Vaynes, it's really hard to do that because you can't really just E-flash them if they're expecting you and they know the interactions.
I mean, if a Vayne,
But she doesn't have to tumble, right? Quante? She has more auto attack range. So she basically never has to use Q.
if Vayne is using Q on
not your Q,
cooldown,
not burst your Q.
she's trolling. IMO. Like Vayne Q spam CDs, like that's how they lose. But if Vayne just plays, oh, I'm a ranged character, you aren't, I win. I feel like if that's how Vayne top should play.
I personally think this matchup is okay. Like I versed Viper on this matchup a lot. And
Even if she has like a 10 to 15 CS lead on you, she will be X10 more useful later on. So yeah, I'm lucky.
What do you think, Goliath? What about Vayne top?
I hate Vayne top, man. It's one of my I feel like even when I beat her, she just scales so well.
Yeah, Vayne top is my perma ban. Like for this entire season, I'm not letting Vayne go through. That's my say.
Damn.
I think most of the problems that Vayne players have is that they aren't top laners because most of the times are ADC fillet on top and they think that Vayne is good, so they are pretty bad in managing waves and just they are not able to think about himself without the support, or they are top laners but they are really bad on skill. So I'm not afraid of about Vayne because most of the times it's a guy like that.
I see. Does anyone else want to talk about any other matchup?
Jax.
Yeah.
Jax.
I wanted to ask, before Jax, I mean, did you play against Varus?
Oh, Varus, I dodge. I leave the lobby.
Varus is hard, yeah.
Azir top, Varus top, I quit. I just won't play against
him. Yeah, Azir and Varus are like
Azir, bro. Azir's unplayable, man.
That matchup is the worst matchup.
Yeah, I don't think there's a worse matchup than Azir top.
Azir is actually the worst matchup for Urgot.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Jax, because GamerDad wants to talk about it. What do you want to do?
I think that matchup's pretty okay for Urgot, too.
What do you do?
So the important thing in this matchup is to not miss the Q, because the way Jax trades is he either jumps on you and you Z. And so the reason why this matchup is kind of hard is because when he jumps on you, if you press E immediately, it doesn't hit him because he's on top of you and your E doesn't collide with him. So you need to make a little bit of space before you press your E. So the way this goes is that if he doesn't jump on you, you just poke him out, you freeze the wave on him, you just grow your CS lead like that. If he jumps on you and tries to fight you, you need to have your Q up so you can immediately Q. That way you can make some space. And then if he presses his E, you can buffer your E into him. If he doesn't press his E, then you can hold your E and just win the trade because you can slow him and then kite him out with autos, if that makes sense.
It's also very important, PTA Ignite. I think any combat laner, you have to run double combat rune Ignite.
I think Fleet's pretty good at the Jax.
Really? I hate Fleet to Jax.
I really like it
you
so
get a
much
lot
for
of
spacing.
on it.
Fleet?
Yeah, it helps a lot. Yeah. So Fleet's good at the Jax because you still get the movement speed and heal even though if he counter strikes it.
Yes.
Oh, it even goes to the counter strike? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it goes to the counter strike. It goes if you cancel your auto too. It just always goes through.
You guys are saying, sorry, that for my little elo here, Alawi, Olaf, and Jax Fleet?
You can do
Olaf PTA.
PTA? Okay.
My thought process going like this will probably help you, GamerDad. If the enemy laner is someone who wants to kill you, you need to kill them. So that's when you go PTA Ignite. Because at some point, Darius will find
everybody wants to kill me.
Yeah, but some do it like some actually do it better. Like Darius. Darius is a lane you run PTA Ignite in because he wants to murder you. Think murder, PTA Ignite. Like but against a scaling lane, like Cassante can't outwardly force onto you unless you misposition with ult. So that's just a lane you chill and scale in. Okay. So if the laner you're against wants to murder you actively and like walk past your minion wave to like interact with you, that's when you run like PTA Ignite. It's like Pantheon, Darius, Alawi. Yeah, Renekton, a good example, yeah. That's when I would run PTA Ignite. But I also think there's a lot of merit to Fleet Ignite that people aren't using right now.
Fleet Ignite's good, yeah.
Yeah, I think Fleet Ignite's cooking.
I don't know the come on both, but in my opinion, I will go just Fleet against everyone except Olaf.
And that's good. I mean, Fleet is just broken, right? He's just abusing broken technology.
I think Fleet is good into champions that you don't, or Fleet is bad into champions that you don't want extended trades in. So I think PT is better to stuff like Darius, Olaf, Yone.
Is Fleet better?
Wait, what? No, can you say that again, Conte?
I think PT is better into like not for all matchups, but a lot of matchups that where they like if they can ramp up, they win, and you need to one shot them quickly. I think PT is better. So I think the best examples are Aatrox, Darius, Yone.
Okay.
I think Kled is a good one. There's some examples, other examples where like kiting them is easier to do with Fleet. They can't really reciprocate, like Trundle.
I think we have a completely different playstyle then, because in for example in a Darius matchup or Olaf matchup, I don't think about winning the 1v1. I think about how do I survive until level 9. And so if I take Fleet, I love taking Fleet in these matchups because it basically ensures me that I get to that point, you know?
Yeah.
I think Darius is pretty winnable for. I think Darius is actually Urgot favored.
What?
Wow.
It's like, is there a way that Olaf and Darius players in NA like are like? I don't know, like.
No, I mean I think Darius is like not bad for because like there's like if you just don't get hit by the Q, Darius, you just dodge the Q, you bait out the Q, like he doesn't really have a way to force on you, right? If he opens up an E, he loses, and you can buffer his Yuri into his E, and that's like auto win.
But that is so hard to do, man.
He
That's
just
not
rushes
reliable.
Tabis and he can't lose.
It's really.
I mean, I don't even think it's that bad because your R and Ignite does a lot of true damage. I actually think it's still playable. Unless he has Tabby's Wardens, then it's impossible until 9.
Every Darius I've went against the past 20 have done Tabby Wardens, man.
Yeah, it's that simple to easy. Yeah.
I can do it pretty consistently. I don't think
I have 70 ping. Like, come on, man.
I have 15. But I mean, I think the Darius matchup is like okay, just based on the fact that like Darius needs to ramp up. His damage is all backloaded, and Urgot is really good at killing champions immediately. So like, if he's in lethal range, he can't play the game, right? If he's in E flash ignite range with R, he can't play the game versus you unless.
But how do you even get to lethal range? That's what I don't understand. Because like Darius players either are 100% HP or they just all in you.
Well, yeah, it just depends. It just depends on the Q, right? If his Q is down, then you look for small trades, and so I think this matchup just comes down again, baiting out the Q.
I agree with that. Whenever
he just runs me down if I get to his trade. He either runs me down or he just plays ultra passive. I think there's no in between.
Where if he plays ultra passive, you win though.
Yeah, because you scared.
I mean, it just comes down to the Q cooldown. Like it's just like I try really hard to play
Darius' matchup is all wave management because if you overextend past your minion wave ever, you die. Like if he gets a freeze, GG. Like you can't let Darius ever get a freeze. Like against champions like Yone, like Yone can't freeze against Urgot, right? But if Darius gets a freeze, you can't play for the next 10 minutes.
I go gank mid. I leave him there.
I leave my lane, Giga-chan. How can you be the better laner than me if I don't lane? Easy.
That's right.
I like that.
I mean, I only think that matchup is hard if the Darius can. Sorry for the noise, my rice cooker. I think the Darius' matchup is only hard if the Sky will like immediately flash your E. Like a good Darius, like even if they're full HP, if they're in the long lane and they just you E them, they'll flash your E and just run you down. Then it's hard. But if you don't put yourself in a position where that can happen, I think it's fine because he has no real way to engage on you or run you down. Like if he opens up with E, he loses. I'm like pretty sure.
Yeah, I play against a Darius in the US with a Raider. I don't know if anyone knows him. He's Challenger.
Yeah, I watch his streams. Yeah.
He every time I play against him, he just flashes my E and he puts up an emote and laughs at me. That's what he does, man.
Yeah, you just gotta put yourself in a position where he can't flash your E.
That sucks though. How do you play the game?
Don't take fights. I mean, you just don't take fights when like that. Well, that's why I think the early game is really important. Like, it's really important to hold the freeze and then poke him out on the freeze, or like, yeah, I think it's really contingent on the early game. Like, you really need to get the push early game for the 3-wave cheater. If your early game goes bad, this matchup is unplayable.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you need to hold the freeze and then poke him out on the freeze, and then when the wave pushes back, he has a little less HP than you, and then it's playable. But if he's permanently full HP by the time the wave comes to his tower, then it's fucked.
Goliath, is there any matchups you want to talk about before?
I feel the same way against Darius pretty much as Quanti does, I would say.
Do you struggle with any matchup, like apart from Darius or anything?
I mean, Alawi's been tough for me lately. That's why I asked about like the fleet versus PTA.
Well, Cameron, you're doing lethality plus fleet into Alawi, right?
Yeah, so you play first 3 waves aggressively, right?
Yes.
And then she basically pushes every wave because of her champ.
But do you do cheater recall against Alawi?
No, I don't go cool anymore. I think the item is a bit cringe.
Go cringe.
So I want my Swifties as fast as possible. 900 gold is when I base. And
you rush
then
Swifties?
you just... Yeah, I rush Swifties against Ilaoi. It's so OP. No joke.
against Alao. Yeah, against Alao. I can see that. Yeah.
And then, I mean, she's always gonna hard push every wave, right? Because otherwise her champ doesn't work. You just have to focus on that E dodge. And whenever you hit the E dodge, it's basically your one wave for free, right? You're scaling. And after level 9, you just win anyways.
So do you try to like trade with her after she misses that E? Because I feel like they just run. Like there's too much distance.
Yeah, there's too much distance. You just farm the CS. And after level 9, you can just like poke her out. You still can't E in, right? Because you're still weaker in the all-in. But just poke her out, just kite her with. You have Swifties and Fleet, which is basically like she can't ever catch you. So yeah, the matchup is actually rather easy for me lately, at least with the new item.
But you're going lethal as well, right?
Yeah, and I go lethality, so I can kill her if she does a mistake.
So do you go Yumi's Rush?
Yes.
Are you gonna do that after they nerf it?
I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what they're gonna nerf. Some movement speed, right?
Yeah, out of combat movement speed is a range penalty.
And about how much?
15%.
What do you mean 15%?
It goes from 40% movement speed to 25%.
Oh, you mean the active? Are they not gonna nerf the passive?
They're nerfing both, I think.
I think the passive movement speed is way more important than the active one. I have to look up.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I do that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go in 5 minutes. So can I ask you a question, all of you?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Why Urgot? Why do you guys all play Urgot? And what I find interesting is like there's 7 people here, and most of you are playing Urgot slightly differently or different playstyles. So why are you playing Urgot?
We'll go in order of Goliath, Camon, Quanti, Sal, and Sertomi, just to be comms clear.
I play for the mid game, man. I think the mid game is just so fun on Urgot.
Level 9? Is that your mid?
Yeah, like level 9, level 13. Like once I get Cleaver, this champ is just so fun, I feel like.
And are you still doing fastbacks for calls or no?
I still do it, yeah, in most matchups.
Yeah, because of sustain, right?
Come on, why do you play Urgot?
Why do I play Urgot? So I think I play that champ because I'm very good at it, but I also have fun. So because I always have fun in video games when I'm stronger than my opponent, and I feel like with Urgot, most of the game you are stronger in the 1v1. So you're just walking around and no one can really touch you, or even like not touch you, but engage on you because you just win. And that feeling is so, you feel like a god, you know? You're just walking around in the rift like a god.
Quanti, why do you play Urgot?
I picked him up post rework, and I won a lot with him, so I just kept playing him. And here we are. I just win more with him than another Indian champion.
Saladman, why do you play Urgot?
It all started for a friend that was professional, and he always, when aims the ultimate, say American Sniper, and I feel really fun with that. I just started to play. I will be OTP with any other champ if Urgot doesn't exist. And I don't know, I just want to make the art of playing Urgot in the higher level possible. So I don't know, I just started to playing Urgot and I have fun. So wanted to give him the perfection.
Serta, why do you play Urgot as limited as you do?
It was back in season 9. I was a Darius Renekton 2 trick, but like it really became hard because I had like 95 ping and like 50 FPS.
Oh
like,
my
Urgot got reworked, and I'm like, well, cool, let's try him. And then it was really like fun, and he's like pretty simple to play when you have like like lags and FPS.
Yeah, dude,
Oh, yeah.
50 FPS league is a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
man.
also I like to be a juggernaut, like deal a lot of damage and also like tank a lot. So he's like the champ.
And you were
He's like similar to Darius in a way.
I got a fun story. I used to be okay. So all my friends growing up were American, so I used to go on calls and just like play on NA. Since I had 170 ping. I was a Darius one trick, and when I played on NA, my username was 100 ping tyrant, which goes pretty hard if I do say so myself. And then one day, my friend called me up and he was like, "Dude, I'm on a 20-game win streak of Urgot." And then I started playing him. They overbuffed Darius on one patch, and I don't like playing strong characters in video games. I like playing underdogs. Like in Tekken, I main Gigas, who is so bad, he has his own tier at the very bottom of the tier list. So I saw they overbuffed Darius, and my friend was talking to me about Urgot. And then ever since then, I've been in a one-trick.
Nice.
So me and Serta both went from Darius OTPs to Urgot OTPs. I think that's a nice way to end it. That was sweet.
I wanted to ask about, did you face Shyvana?
Shyvana? I have no idea.
It's an undercover worst matchup than Lane, I think. It's like a hard counter.
Oh,
It's
Shyvana!
like
I
a
think it's
hard
Shyvana.
counter.
Like Shyvana.
It's like a hard counter, I think.
I haven't played it. Would not know.
After 6, you can't. If she ults, you can't lane. So unlucky.
Well, we'll call it here. That's the podcast. I will have this edited and put on YouTube eventually. Thank you for watching in the chat. I hope you participated in the tier list makings and stuff like that.
I appreciate the advice, guys.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go raid Quanti because I think Quanti's gonna do streaming, right?
He's
I'm gonna
to
go
play
rush
some League
Jack
of
Show and
Legends.
Dead Man's Plate.
Yeah, it sounds good. Well, don't rush Deadman's.
Oh.
Do that like second or third.
No, like maybe third.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. But no, it's just really nice talking to everybody that has so much skill and so much knowledge. I appreciate it very much.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining, everybody. It was very fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Arranging it. Yeah.
See you guys.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Peace.